Oh my lord! Oh my days! They did it. They did it. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Burns Reviews, and today we're watching the new Mortal Kombat coming out on HBO Max this Friday as well as in theaters, but I would definitely go check it out in theaters if you could, and holy shit, what can I even say about this movie? It is everything that you want. It is visually stunning. It is accurate to the video game. It's not cheesy. All that crappy Michael Bay humor that you would get in like a Transformers movie, non-existent. It's what you want. And while it may not have the writing of Aaron Sorkin, that's not why you're here. You're here to see Sub-Zero and Scorpion go head to head to head, and ooh, perfection. Josh Lawson, who plays Kano, wow, hands down my favorite character in the movie. He's like Han Solo and Wolverine and an Australian all mixed into one, and he really stole the show. He was my favorite character. You know, I just watched the 95 version of this movie where he's kind of an ass clown, but in this movie, he just works. You also have Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion. He was fantastic. I think he's the real heart of this movie. You know, I can totally understand why they put his opening scene in the beginning on YouTube, because it's really the emotional gut punch. It pulls you in. And not to shortchange Joe Taslim, who plays Sub-Zero, fantastic antagonist, man. Fantastic. He's menacing. He kind of has like a Darth Vader thing going on. Doesn't say much, but when he enters the room, literally and metaphorically, there is a cold front that just comes right in. You can feel the chill in the air, and my god. So I would highly recommend this movie. There are a lot of things that don't work that you kind of don't care about. So for example, I notice there's a lot of ADR in this movie, wide shots, close-ups, what have you, where you can hear the characters talking in perfect pitch, and they don't sound like they're talking to one another. It doesn't feel organic. It feels like they went back into the studio and added additional audio tracks to dump even more exposition when you didn't really have to. You know, you have like a wide shot, for example, where like Sonya and Cole are like walking from like the trailer home, and he's kind of like, well, what happens now? What's the plan? And she's like, we don't have a plan. Like, that feels like they added it in later. There's a scene later where Cole is talking to Liu Kang, and he's like, hey, how did you get your, power? And he's like, well, and it's all off screen. So it's kind of like, did they add this in post? Are they dumbing down to the audience, or maybe the wider audience who doesn't know Mortal Kombat, which partly includes me because I know the video games. I don't know the mythology, the lore, all that stuff. I just know the characters visually from the video games. But that's like a tiny nitpick, and yeah, the dialogue is a little eh. Another thing that was kind of hit or miss, and I don't know how I feel about it, I'm still kind of sitting on it, is the editing. Because instead of having a fight that goes for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, there are multiple occasions where you will see 4 fights happening simultaneously. And sometimes it works great, and other times I wish they actually took the time to go with one individual fight at a time. We do have those. You have one in the beginning, you have one in the end, obviously, you have one kind of in the middle, I think. But there's a lot of this intercutting, and it makes me wonder, like, is our attention span getting shorter as a country, as a planet? I think it is, unfortunately. So I understand why they did it, and on one level I did enjoy it, on the other it was kind of making my head melt a little bit. Like I said, I did have the luxury of getting an early screener from Warner Brothers. Thank you very much, by the way. And I did pause the movie a bit because I wanted to take notes and stuff like that. And also because sometimes it would throw so much at you, I'm like, I need to see that again. Not so much that it's like overbearing, but like, I need to go back and see that again. It's so damn cool. I think I'm going to go see it in IMAX if possible. If I could find an IMAX, and it's safe, I got my second vaccine shot, I'm good to go, I would definitely recommend that. People always go, oh, should I see it in IMAX, or should I go, should I see it in the theater, or should I see it at home on HBO Max? I would say both. Because seeing it twice does have some value to it, because, I think, because I watched it twice already, seeing it twice, you can actually get more out of it. You know, you pick up on it more. The first time, just watch it for entertainment value, whether that be in the theaters or at home. The second time, you can actually think about it a little bit more, because despite it being 2 hours long, this movie is very well paced, very quickly paced, and I appreciate that, because if it was too kind of drawn out, it doesn't really work. So, believe it or not, a video game adaptation that's actually good. I don't know how they did it. I think they stuck to the formula of maybe like the Power Rangers movie that came out a couple years ago that works mostly. Like, I think when you talk about that movie, people like the whole section of the movie with the teenagers, but not necessarily like the scenes with like Elizabeth Banks talking about Krispy Kreme. This movie takes the best parts of that, you know, having to find your inner self, and then once you do that, come together as a team. Yeah, it does retread a lot of the original 95 movie. You know, for example, in the original, you've got Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, and Liu Kang on a boat going to save the world. In this movie, you've got Kang, Cole Young, and again Sonya Blade, this time on a plane on their way to go save the world. You know, there's lots of little things, like, once again, you know, obviously one of the characters is out for revenge because somebody killed somebody personal to them. There's lots of reflections, lots of inversions of the 95 version, which serve as Easter eggs and also as a little bit copy-paste. In a nutshell, I think that anybody, short of somebody who has no idea what Mortal Kombat is as a whole, will get a lot of enjoyment out of this film. To me, it finally scratched that itch that I have been feeling for the past year plus. I can't remember, even Godzilla vs. Kong, which I enjoyed, nothing really matched this grand scale of fun. It's not going to be at the Oscars, but you know what? To put it simply, this movie was very nostalgic in a lot of ways. It made me giddy. It made me feel like a little kid. And fuck make. You know, like, it was fun. And that's what my real takeaway was. That's all I wanted from this movie. I didn't want anything more than that, and it delivered. From an entertainment point of view of a action, over-the-top, very niche genre that is this movie, I would give it like a solid A, almost an A+. But as a movie, compared to all the movies in the world, I would probably give it a B-, almost an A-. I mean, it's not Citizen Kane, guys. It's not The Godfather. It's not The Dark Knight. It's highly enjoyable. I think this is going to be a movie that's going to be on Netflix forever, or whatever streaming services, because it'll be the most rewatched movie. This is a movie that you can easily put on in the background. I actually have it on the background right now. You could put it on in the background and just watch it, and periodically just look over and go, look, another fight scene with my favorite characters. Does it get it all right? No. Does it lead into like maybe a possible sequel? Absolutely. Should they make that sequel? No. But you should watch this movie again and again and again instead, because it just works as a single story done well. But anyway, guys, what do you think of the new Mortal Kombat? I know it's already available in some places. My buddy Patrick Burrow, who lives in Australia, he says he saw it like a couple days ago. His embargo went up like days ago. We've been talking about it, nerding out about it ever since, you know, yesterday when I first got it. It is a lot of fun. He's going to go see it again. I'm probably going to go see it in theaters if I can. It's a lot of fun, guys. Go see it. But down in the comments, what do you think of the new Mortal Kombat? Have you seen it? Have you seen that opening 7-minute trailer that they put out? The opening scene? It's more of that, and plus more. It's just, I really like this movie. So, comment down below, guys. Tell me what you thought of Mortal Kombat. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I've been John. You've been Burned. And we will see you next time.